Maryland, the judge in the Hagerstown so-called warehouse case from the state of Maryland against DHS and the federal government, the judge has issued the preliminary injunction against DHS from going forward with the majority of its work there. So this is good news. They are going to permit a certain amount of more cosmetic, more upkeep work. They're going to allow cameras to be installed. They are going to allow a fence to be installed of some kind. They are going to allow repairs to leaks in the roof. But they have decided that the likelihood that the state of Maryland is going to win on the merits is very likely. That is important. The reason he is allowing this preliminary injunctive relief to go forward that the state is requesting is because he believes they are going to win on the merits. He talked a lot about sovereignty. There was a lot of talk about how the federal government, the DHS lawyers, were referring to studies that should be considered and why the categorical exclusions, why this whole project should be allowed to go forward, and said you are based this on reports and studies that are dated before the day that the sale of the property was finalized, but nobody can say who did the reports and nobody can even say if they were done. So this is great news for the people of Maryland, for the people of Hagerstown and Williamsport. A little bit more information. He said that the categorical exclusion that the DHS and ICE was saying that we should, why they should be allowed to go forward under this NEPA rule, or NEPA law, were both the reasons they were giving why they should be granted categorical exclusion for having done all the work and the footwork and the research and the studies were both contrary in text and spirit to what NEPA outlines in the law. So basically, I'll say it in my words, he thought the federal government DHS lawyers were full of bullshit. He thought their case was bullshit. He literally said, do you know who did that study? The attorney said, did not catch her name. The attorney said, no, I do not know who did that study. Do you know if the study was done? She said, no, I do not know if the study was done. He thought that there was a disproportionate likelihood that the state of Maryland was going to win on the merits with this injunction. That is fantastic news. I have pages and pages and pages of scrawled notes here because we got in just for the second half of the hearing. I'm here with my friend from Hagerstown Rapid Response. Shout out to Hagerstown Rapid Response out there. And so he talked a lot about the assumptions the government was made. Also, interestingly, and I noticed this in a quick live during a break, that the federal government is now saying that they were going to go back and allow